Hello, spiritual gangsters, and welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Amanda Pieraldi, and today we're getting into something that sounds a little clinical, a little buzzwordy, but it's actually one of the most real-life, day-to-day, make-or-break things when it comes to how you show up in your life. We're talking about regulating your nervous system in real life. Not in a perfect morning routine, not in a quiet meditation room, not when everything is calm and aligned. I'm talking about regulating yourself when your kid is melting down, when your patience is thin, when life is lifing, when your emotions are right there at the surface and you feel like you could snap, shut down, or spiral. Because here's the truth. It's not about whether you get triggered, it's about what you do when you are. What nervous system regulation actually means. Let's strip this down. Regulating your nervous system doesn't mean you're always calm, soft, and unbothered. That's not real life. It means you have the ability to come back to yourself, even when everything inside you wants to react. It's the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is automatic. It's fast. It's protective. Responding is intentional. It's slower. It's grounded. And most of us, we weren't taught how to respond. We were taught how to cope. Avoid it. Suppress it. Explode, and then apologize later. That's not regulation. That's survival mode. What dysregulation looks like, because it's not always obvious. Let's make this real. Dysregulation doesn't always look like yelling or losing control. Sometimes it looks like shutting down and going quiet, withdrawing instead of communicating, overthinking every little thing, snapping over something small that actually is about something bigger, feeling overwhelmed by things that normally wouldn't faze you, or even this, being fine but tense, smiling but irritated, functioning but exhausted. That's a nervous system that hasn't come back to baseline. And here's the thing, you can't build a peaceful life on top of a dysregulated state. Why this matters more than you think. This isn't just about feeling better in the moment. This impacts your relationships, your parenting, your communication, your decisions, your energy. Because when you're dysregulated, you say things you don't mean. You take things personally. You assume instead of asking. You react from past wounds instead of present reality. And then later, you replay it. You overthink it. You wish you handled it differently. That's exhausting. Regulation changes that. It gives you space between the trigger and the response. And in that space, that's where your power is. Real life triggers, because this isn't theoretical. Let's call it out. Regulation gets tested in real moments, like when your child is having a hard moment and you're already overwhelmed. When someone speaks to you in a tone that hits a nerve. When plans change and you feel out of control. When you're overstimulated, touched out, or just mentally done. And in those moments, your body reacts before your mind catches up. Your heart rate increases. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts speed up. And suddenly, you're not responding to the moment. You're reacting from everything that moment represents. That's why awareness matters. Because you can't regulate what you don't recognize. What regulation actually looks like in real life? Let's make this practical. Regulation doesn't mean you never feel triggered. It means you notice it and you choose differently. It looks like taking a breath before responding, even when you don't want to. Pausing instead of snapping. Stepping away for a moment instead of escalating. Naming what you're feeling instead of projecting it. And sometimes, it looks like saying, I'm overwhelmed right now and I need a minute. That's not weakness. That's awareness. And awareness is the first step to control. The gap between knowing and doing. Here's where a lot of people get stuck. They know what to do, but in the moment, they don't do it. Why? Because regulation isn't just mental, it's physical. Your body is used to reacting a certain way. So when you try to pause, breathe, or respond differently, it feels unnatural, even uncomfortable. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's new. And new takes practice, not perfection. Simple tools that actually work. Let's keep this real and doable. You don't need a 30-minute routine in the middle of a stressful moment. You need something simple. So try this. Breathe intentionally. Not just a quick inhale, slow it down. Inhale through your nose, hold. Exhale slowly. Do it 3 times. Ground yourself. Look around and name 3 things you can see. Bring yourself back to the present. Change your environment. Step outside. Go into another room. Shift your physical space to shift your state. Name it. Say it in your head or out loud. I'm feeling overwhelmed. That alone creates space. And here's the key. These aren't meant to make everything perfect. They're meant to bring you back, just enough to choose differently. Regulating in relationships. This is where it really matters, because it's easy to feel regulated when you're alone. It's harder when you're in conversation, conflict, or emotion with someone else. Regulation in relationships looks like listening without immediately defending, not matching someone else's intensity, taking a pause instead of escalating. And let's be honest, that's not always easy, especially when you feel misunderstood. But reacting in the moment might feel good for a second and cost you connection later. Responding, that builds trust. You won't always get it right, and that's okay. Let's remove the pressure. You're not going to regulate perfectly every time. You're going to have moments where you react, where you snap, where you shut down. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. What matters is what you do after. Do you reflect? Do you take ownership? Do you try again next time? That's growth. This is daily work. Regulation isn't something you master once and you're done. It's daily. It's in the small moments. It's in how you respond when you're tired, stressed, overwhelmed, or triggered. It's choosing again and again to come back to yourself. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes. Not effortless, but familiar. Regulating your nervous system isn't about becoming someone who never gets triggered. It's about becoming someone who knows how to come back. Back to your breath. Back to your body. Back to your awareness. Back to your power. Because when you can regulate yourself, you don't lose yourself in the moment. You stay grounded, even when things feel unsteady. And that changes everything. Thank you so much for being here, for spending this time with me, and for continuing to show up and do this kind of work, the kind that actually impacts your life in real, tangible ways. And as always, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep living like the spiritual gangster you are.